Welcome back. This topic deals with the ganglion, histology. We know what is a ganglion. It is a collection of neurons outside the central nervous system. So it is known as ganglion. There are two types of ganglion, the sensory and the autonomic. Sensory is, if you can see here, this is a spinal cord and this is a section of the spinal cord we can see. There is a dorsal root and this is known as the dorsal root ganglion. So, a nodule-like structure which is found on the posterior root of each spinal nerve. It contains cell bodies of the afferent sensory nerves. So, this is known as a spinal or a sensory ganglion. Whereas, in the right side of the diagram, if you can see, there is a sympathetic chain, also known as paravertebral chain. These ganglions present here are known as the autonomic ganglion, sympathetic chain ganglion or paravertebral ganglion. These are the names. Let us see a sensory ganglion. This is a section taken of a ganglion. And here we can see that these ganglion, it is showing so many neurons which is present. They are present in groups. I can see here in the periphery I can see more group of neurons. So in a sensory ganglion, the neurons are present mostly at the periphery, the groups of the neurons. Of course, the neurons are present in groups. And on the right side, if you can see a closer view or higher magnification, I can see that the neuron is large, the nucleus is centrally placed, and these smaller satellite cells are present on surrounding the neuronal body, and it is forming a nice ring. Okay, so this is the identification of a spinal ganglion. What all did we see? Nuclei of the neurons are large, present centrally. The neurons are present in groups, mostly at the periphery of the ganglion. And each neuronal body is surrounded by satellite cells which form a nice ring. Okay, so these important structures of a spinal ganglion. This section shows a ऑटोनॉमिक गैंग्लियन. सो ऑटोनॉमिक गैंग्लियन का सेक्शन लिया है. यहाँ पे मुझे दिख रहा है ये न्यूरॉन्स एक एक दिख रहे हैं बट दे आर स्कैटर्ड. आई कैन सी दैम दैट दे आर नॉट इन ग्रुप्स. सो फर्स्ट आइडेंटिफिकेशन पॉइंट, द न्यूरॉन्स आर स्कैटर्ड. ऑल्सो आई कैन सी द न्यूरॉन्स हियर. लेट अस सी द राइट साइड. ये जो न्यूरोनल सेल है, दिस न्यूरॉन में जो न्यूक्लियस है, इट इज़ एक्सेंट्रिक, सेंटर में नहीं है. ओके, सो दिस न्यूक्लियस इज प्रेजेंट एक्सेंट्रिक and the satellite cells which are present are few in number and they do not form the ring. So identification feature for autonomic ganglion was that the neuronal bodies are scattered, nerve fibers are seen in between them, the nuclei of the neuron lies eccentric, and satellite cells are few in number and do not form a complete ring. This is schematically represented. Let us see here. Easy to draw this diagram. Spinal ganglion, group of rounded neurons present, well-defined satellite cells, centrally placed nucleus. The neurons in the dorsal root ganglion or the spinal ganglion are pseudo-unipolar type. This we have already seen in types of neurons. Pseudo-unipolar. Okay, means they have a cell body and they have got two branches. Okay. Sympathetic ganglion. Here also we can see scattered neurons seen, no groups, satellite cells poorly defined, and nucleus present eccentric. This is mostly asked in your viva when you are seeing this slide, or it is asked in your theory, or these points can come as a MCQ as well. So difference between sensory ganglion and motor ganglion, very important and very easy also. See, sensory we can see groups. राइट साइड स्कैटर्ड. सेंसरी में दिख रहा है सेंट्रली प्लेस न्यूक्लियस. राइट साइड वी कैन सी एक्सेंट्रिक न्यूक्लियस. सेंसरी में नाइसली सैटेलाइट सेल्स आर फॉर्मिंग अ रिंग. एंड मोटर गैंग्लियन में सैटेलाइट सेल्स आर फ्यू इन नंबर एंड पुअरली डिफाइंड. दैट इज ऑल इन द गैंग्लियन. थैंक यू.